Alright, morning. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. Give me a second here. I'm just gonna try to fix the camera. Alright, so, second of live stream today, or two live streams today. And in the previous live stream, we just covered some grocery items right here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope, wherever you're from. Welcome to the Ahn Rho Project, self-therapeutic and self-improvement project. We're focusing right now on items, so what you see is what you get. If you take a look at the title, what do you find? Of course, we have a continuation of a knapsack that I've been trying to get rid of for the past 3-4 days, and we're ongoing into this week. So what we're going to cover today in this stream is this bag that I've had for almost 10 years. And this one that goes back to maybe 2011 when I was in university days. My father, at the time purchased this bag for me, and I used it, and I don't use it anymore, but long story short, we're going to run through it real quick because we're trying to get through all the things that we don't need and pass them on to either my brother or give them away into donation, I suppose, if anyone can use it. Otherwise, it just has to go in the garbage or recycling bin. So with that being said, today we did break down this bag. We did an overview, I believe, yesterday or the day before, of this entire bag. About 5 compartments, 5 to 6 compartments. And we covered yesterday, I believe, the food and disposable plastic utensils. And so today's stream, what we're gonna do is just continue off and actually cover a few items at the very front here that have to do with stationery. So you see the title says stationery, and in fact you see the 2 photographs on top left hand corner of this stream. Of course there's a calculator as well as a pencil case with a whole bunch of shit inside, and I'm just going to run through that, and then we're going to deliver the take home message, because this is of course the second live stream today, and on my channel you'll find the previous live streams, but basically the second live stream I always deliver a take home message. But you know, we'll get to that. Let's cover this stuff first. So what's inside here that we're going to cover today is basically school supplies, you know. It's not very complicated shit. So I'm going to take out these 2 things here that are remaining inside this bag. So here's the pencil case, and here is the calculator. And what I'm going to say is I believe that the calculator, for sure, actually the calculator is a class 2 item, meaning it's a purchase from my caregivers. It's from my father, as I mentioned. And you know, I didn't realize how many things that he actually bought for me in terms of school supplies, but I should have. And I think everything was basically from him, aside from the time when I moved to university. So obviously when you're a kid, your parents apparently take care of all the financing there for you. So you always have to be grateful for that, that's for sure. So I'm going to open this case here and just show to you what's inside. And then we're going to run through pretty much everything here, and that's going to be a bit tedious, but we're going to do it, okay? We're going to do it. So, you know, let's start simple. Let's start simple. That's intimidating. I'm just looking at that and like, fuck, it's going to take so much time. So we're going to start off here. We have this calculator, Casio brand calculator, scientific calculator. I remember still using the trig ratios here when I was in high school and shit like that. That's more than a decade. I feel old as shit right now, but that's life, right? And then you see this little tie here, and that's important, right? So what does this tie mean here? This little sticker on the side. I immediately jumped to it. This one actually brings back a lot of good memories because it brings me back to when I felt quite independent and able to take care of myself on my own. And that's why I've always dreamt of as a little kid, because I didn't get the opportunity to sort of escape from people who, you know, despite my caregivers having provided all the economic means, like food and shelter and stuff like that, they were extremely angry. A lot of anger management issues, a lot of insecurities, a lot of argument back and forth. It was every day, and I was, I guess I was their punching bag in a sense. I know that's sort of that's kind of fucked up, but you know, it's what it is. You know, I mean, low income family, refugees, shit like that, third world country, and then you move over here. Everything's all kind of fucked up because they're kind of fucked up, and you can't blame them too much. You have to hold them accountable. But long story short, you know, I wanted to. If I was a kid, I always fantasized about being able to just go out there, work on my own, make my own hard-earned money, which I'm doing today, and I could get my own belongings. And so, when I was in university, for sure, this brings back a lot of memories because, just back then, um, I just felt like I'm free. I'm free. I don't have to be afraid of going back to the house, which I didn't consider to be my home. Because once I get back, I knew what was in store. I knew they'd be screaming at me for hours and then beating me for hours. And then I figured, the good thing is I don't have to do that. I don't deal with that anymore. And also, they've grown up too. Obviously, people change and they become better too. Also, I'm just out of their control now. I have taken complete reign over my life, and I'm trying to even discard a lot of these items that are not mine. So that was a long story, but long story short, this sticker reminds me of days when I was independent, and the whole reason why there's this sticker here is actually in the University of Waterloo. This is actually this pink tie, University of Waterloo, Kitchener, Ontario. So what happens is this is the sticker they put on you to certify that you can use this for exams, that you're not cheating, right? So they also certify, of course, that this can be used as a scientific calculator. It's just approval, because otherwise there are some exams you just can't bring a calculator inside because you're supposed to do that with your own knowledge. So that's two pieces here. But I still say this. Listen, I still have to be grateful for my caregivers. Like, don't take that as a dig on them, right? Like I said, they had their issues, they had their problems, but so do I. That's just life, life, the way of life, circumstance. You find that bar somewhere, a recent album. Anyways, this is Casio, way of life, circumstance. My decisions made them right. Yeah. So okay, okay. Stop. So now let's move on to this pencil case here. We have a lot of stuff here that's it's a mix. So there's stuff here that are class 1, class 2, and class 4. Class 1 I purchased myself with my own hard-earned money. Class 2 is stuff that are from my caregivers, and class 4 items are things that I received from external sources like my friends or my teachers, or just I just picked them up on the floor or found a lost pen or something. So we're gonna run through a lot of this stuff here. We're gonna try to do it quick. I don't know how that'll work out. So okay, let's cover the pencil crayons. Let's start there. The colored pencils, if you want to call it colored pencils, I don't care. Pencil crayons. So we have about 6 here. I'm gonna open it. Okay. Man, it's hard to get out. You know what? I'll take the white out. Forget that. We'll take out the white out first. So the white out here is something from my caregivers, and this probably is like more than 15 years old, I believe. Or no, it's not them. I see the brand name Studio. Okay, Studio brand. So I bought this myself actually from Dollarama, and correction fluid. I'm not going to run through every item in such detail. Not like the calculator here, because everything here is pretty straightforward. We also have this pencil sharpener here with some buttons, and these buttons are from a pair of pants that again also class 2 items from my caregivers, but they fell out and I just couldn't find a way to store them, so I put them in here. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to just put the buttons back. This sharpener is also more than 20 years old. It's of a fan, a Chinese fan, and it's quite broken, but I kept it for very nostalgic reasons, because I remember when I was only in grade school, like grade 3, grade 4, this is something that my caregivers also gave me. So put this down to the side. It says made in China here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items so far. The whiteout there's a lot left to use. Hopefully it hasn't dried out. What else do we have in here? For some reason we have toothpicks, and I don't understand why I have toothpicks, but they are inside here. We have 3 toothpicks. I have no clue what's going on. I'll put them down. Garbage. So about 8 items now. We're going to take out the pencil crayons now that we have the time to and the freedom to do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pencil crayons, or colored pencils as you want to call them. Blue, purple, all 6 colors of the rainbow. They say there's 7, but whatever. Fuck indigo. Fuck indigo. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these came from grade school. More than 20 years, man. This is 20 years worth of shit. 2000, when I was in 2003 maybe, elementary school. And yeah, I got it from there. Or was it middle school? So like 2005? Like, wow, way back, man. We have, oh man, some of these things I don't even know, I don't remember where they come from anymore. Oh, there's a 7 one, there's brown. It's not part of the rainbow, but whatever. We have a highlighter, a Sharpie highlighter. I'm starting to think that, okay, so there's a lot of things here that I don't know the sources from. So oftentimes you get these sort of pens and markers and stuff like that because you know, there's like a Halloween party at your elementary school, or you know, maybe there's a goodie bag for some sort of prize when you're in high school that you won at a contest, some shit like that. So and then university pick up even more stuff that you buy yourself. So you just go to Dollarama, pick up some shit. So you got this Sharpie highlighter right here. I haven't used it. Might as well just give it to my brother. This whole pencil case, by the way, I'm just gonna give it to my brother. All the contents, I'm probably just gonna give it to him. Anything that I'm not sure is mine, I'm just gonna give it away to him. Yeah, we got this studio sort of pen. This one's definitely not a purchase. I don't know where it came from. I would not buy something like this. This is definitely like some sort of item that I received from like school or some shit. We have, ooh, this one. I like this. I'm keeping this one as a souvenir. So WATSEF, so Waterloo Science Endowment Fund. Yeah, I was in the Faculty of Science, Biomedical Research. That's my kind of field. And so I'll keep this just for university reminiscence sake. But the rest here, I don't really think I'm going to keep. Maybe the highlighter, I don't know. Pencil, crayons, stuff like that. It depends. I don't even think my brother has any use for this. He's in 4th year now. I'm working, that's why I don't need it. But he's in 4th year. I don't know. Maybe I'll. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do with this shit? I could just sort of teleport some of these things. If you have a family, do you have kids? Do you have kids and grandkids? I could just, you know, telepathically just, whoosh, and then it appears right before you, and then you can let your kids use these. Or if you're in school and you need these yourself, maybe I don't know. You're watching right now and you're not actually that old. So, but yeah, you know. I wish somebody else could use this, and I would like to actually find a way someone can. So what else there? We have a pen, another pen. So a Bic pen, BIC pen, brand Duo, blue. This one's definitely from my caregivers. I remember my father. I believe he got these from a workplace. They supplied them, so I'll give this back to him. So I'm gonna put this back to him. So class 2 item. All right, that's one side done. Thank goodness. And what I'm gonna do is try to clean everything up here because I can't actually bring this all upstairs like this. It's actually going to be a big mess, and I need to clean up. So we're going to put these back in here, get all the stuff in here, and let's talk about the stuff on the other side. Okay, so on this other side here, what do we have? You know what, I'll take out the things that I want to keep. I'll take out the highlighter I want to keep. This is mine to keep. But obviously the toothpicks, I don't know for what use I can use them for. Maybe I want to use them as like some sort of door pick. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be really infatuated with learning how to pick doors, and I thought that would be a useful thing. Obviously, no, it's not very useful, but you know, just one of those things you have as a kid. White out here, white out that. I already have enough. Give that to my brother. So with calculator, maybe I'll put that here too. I don't know. So I'm only really keeping about 2 things here. So moving on, we have some, on this side, a bunch of like pens and pencil, mechanical pencils and shit like that, and erasers. So we have first some chalk. Okay, some chalk on the inside as well. Now forget it, we'll cover the erasers first. So we have these 2 erasers, put them down. We have a Studio brand eraser, 2 of them. I believe one's a different brand. It doesn't really matter to me. The point is I bought these from Dollarama, so it's class 1. Put these 2 down. That's like 20th item in this case right now. We have a whole bunch of pens now. Okay, let's start. Let's go down the list. We have this Dixon pencil, definitely from, I believe, just from Dollarama. I bought like 10 pencils for $1 or $2. This one is a class 2 item from my caregivers, I believe. Yes, it says Cancer Research Society. And so CRS, Cancer Research Society, since 1945, and it can go in all 4 different colors, from red, green, blue, and black. This is my class 2 item from my caregiver. I'm going to give this back to him, to my father. Just like this pen here on the inside, actually I should take that out. Anything that's really belonging to my caregivers, I should just take it out, and because, you know, the pencil case as a whole I'm going to give to my brother, so this stuff has to come out. I'll put that down to the side. What else do we have? We have these pens here, which are my own purchases at least, so this is good. 2 Studio brand black pens, not too much to say about that. Again, like a bundle of 20 for like $2. We got 2 more pens here. two more sort of these same type of brands. Bic pens, blue instead. Again, just stuff I'm gonna pass on to my brother. Two blue pens. I don't find any use for these. I don't like to use blue pens anyways, so bound stick. And then maybe one, I'll keep one of these. I'll keep this one, all right? I'll keep this one. I like this one, Papermate 1.0 I don't know. I'll keep this blue pen, one blue pen and one black pen. I'll keep something like that. Put that down to the side. Who knows? I'll keep the pencil crayons too. You know what? Because the pencil crayons remind me of when I was in kids school, and at least it's from a caregiver, so there's not that kind of emotional baggage I have to carry with me. But the rest of the stuff here really should go back to my caregivers or to my brother. So item 25, 26, 27, mechanical pen here and there. Oh, we got a red pen as well, but this one's a class 2 item for my caregivers, so I can't keep that, unfortunately. I like red pens, but you know, too bad. And then finally, there's 2 mechanical pens. This one's from school. I believe it was from Chinese school. When I was young, obviously I went to Chinese school because my caregivers wanted me to learn Chinese. I mean, and I liked it. I didn't think there was a problem with it. So obviously you want to learn your own mother tongue. So there's this, and we received it as probably a goodie bag or some shit. And then this thing here, I don't know. I don't know where I got this from, man. Probably from Kumon. So it's just, again, more things that you just have to be appreciative for. So my mother's side as a caregiver, she always brought me to Kumon, and that's that, you know, math and reading literacy kind of program that came from, I believe it was from Japan. It's a Japanese company, but a Kumon, and I went up to like level J on that. So at that point I was learning about I believe about advanced functions. So stopped about JKL M, about M, so trig ratios. I stopped at that level, and because I was going to university, I want to do more actually, but you know, it's just that's that. And so that's probably where the pen came from, long story short. And finally, the last few items here at the bottom, we have this ruler and a broken just a round angle. I don't know what you call these anymore. I forgot. You see, this is what happens when you don't go back to school. So we got this thing here. It's a what? It's like an angle. It measures the angle. I don't know. It's so sad. I don't remember what to call these things. It's not just a ruler, I swear. It's got to be some special thing like a protractor, but I can't remember the name. And then you have this actual ruler. This is from my caregivers for sure. Certified management accountants do more than just measure value. They created CMA, definitely from my caregivers. I want to give this back to them as well. Okay, shit. That's so much stuff. You know what? This might not actually be for my caregivers. This one, I believe there was a financial literacy kind of thing going on in my middle school. So middle school means grade 7 to grade 8. For those of you who are not living in Canada or who do not understand what middle school means, that's just that's the transition period between elementary school and high school. I know that some people in certain districts end up not having middle school and just jump from elementary straight to high school, and they put grade 7 as a part of elementary or something like that. I don't know. Long story short, this is probably from there, I'm not sure. But I'm still gonna pass it to my brother. And the last items today, oh, shit, so much garbage here that I just want to fucking throw out the window, or just pass on, right? We got some chalk here, so I stole some chalk. I'm a chalk thief, you know. I went to university, and my whole motive and purpose, the meaning to my life is complete. I stole some white chalk from the University of Waterloo. Sue me. So I like chalk. I used to actually doodle all the time. People thought I was nuts or crazy, I bet. I would just like on the weekends, I would just drop by on campus. You know, I was living off campus. Just drop by on campus on the weekends, and when the lecture hall's empty, I just go in there and I sit there while I'm studying and eating my lunch, and I just, you know, dabble away on the chalkboard, draw some pictures, some doodles, and do some equations, and actually do a little bit of studying, but most of it was just kind of artistic kind of shit. So I was having fun with that, and I kept some chalk because, you know, who doesn't like chalk? But if I want chalk, I can just go buy it from the dollar store, I'm pretty sure, some shit like that. So this is also passed on. So, oh God, Okay, everything's covered. This is all dusty with a chalk too. So we have about roughly what's it here? Like 30 items, give or take, like 30 items. Again, like I said, a good mix of stuff that comes from my university. It's a class 4 item. From elementary school, class 4 item. Things that are from my caregivers, class 2 items from both sides, mother and father. We got the sharpeners from my mother, the pens from my father, and then I have my own stuff that I bought myself when I was in university. A lot of stuff from Dollarama, just cheap shit, and so stuff like that. So with that being said, I think the last thing I have to cover on this stream here, aside from the take-home message, of course, we're going to deliver that. And I'm going to take these out again. Like I said, anything I'm giving to my caregivers, I have to take out. So I'm going to take this, and what the fuck? That includes the fan here. So that's also theirs. So I'm just going to take these out, and these belong to my caregivers. The rest here I can give to my brother or some shit. Maybe I'll keep the one eraser. I don't know, I'll keep one eraser. Now I have enough erasers. Doesn't matter. Turn it on the side. Alright, so the last thing I have to cover is basically the pencil case itself, right? I mean, we've been talking about the things inside it, but I mean, what's a pencil case from? And I believe this came from, I think this is something that my mother bought. I'm not sure. Either that or she received it from her company for some reason. Her company decided to give a pencil case. I'm not sure. It could be that. Okay, it could be from my mother. It could be from my maternal caregiver side. But it could also be from Kumon, I believe. Kumon used to again once a year or something like that. They just hand out some school supplies to all of the people who attended the program. And again, of course, you had to buy into the program, right? So it was like a private tutoring kind of thing, right? So shit like that. So they would provide gifts once in a while, and so that's nice. So I think this is where the pencil case came from, honestly. My brother got one of these when he was doing Kumon as well, and so it just goes back in the days. So you're like pussy, right? You're like, oh, little bitch, you take Kumon. I didn't have to go to private tutoring. I didn't get a chance to go to private tutoring. We grew up in the hood, Okay, all right, settle down now. All right, so but long story short, that's where this pencil case came from, and probably I'm guessing, but put that down. Or it could be from Chinese school. It could be from Chinese school, from Kumon's tutoring, or it could be from I don't have no fucking clue where it comes from. But I just want to get this shit out of the way because a lot of this stuff is not mine, and I'm trying to transition to using everything that is my own and clearing away all the emotional baggage and sentimental attachment I have. That's part of inventory clearance. That's part of basically this whole shipping, receiving, management thing. Clear out all the junk that I don't need, don't use, or are just holding me back. And unfortunately, a lot of these things have sentimental value. That's why I cover on stream to vent on my emotions, and then at least have a recording of it, at least an electronic recording of it to look back on when I'm 60 years old, and if I ever live that long, I'll be able to have this video recording of it, at least a digital copy, once I throw the physical copy away. So that being said, it's time for the take-home message. That's a lot of shit to cover. Like I said, we have some stuff here that I'm going to keep because I purchased it myself, class 1 items. We have these class 2 items here, including the pencil sharpener and the pens here. That's stuff that is returned to my caregivers. And this is all this stuff here. Probably just I'm going to just fold it up and give it to my brother, in addition to this calculator. And that means I'm going to have to buy my own scientific calculator, maybe the next weekend or so. I don't know. This weekend seems too busy. I've got a dentist appointment. So that everything being said, take home message. All right, this is a long ass stream, and I'm glad to end it off. I'm actually on time today. Very good. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but I'm on time compared to the recent weeks. So I just want to say, as usual, take care of yourself, your family, and your finances. Make sure that you'll become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual. You bump that shit, Make sure that you do that, because that's the only way you can contribute to the people you care and love in a positive and meaningful way. You can't contribute anything, you can't add anything, any value to other people's lives if you don't have anything to offer to begin with. And so, obviously that includes being a burden sometimes. If you constantly need other people to pick you back up, that's one thing you can do, is just to take care of yourself. That's the best thing you can do for the people you love, is to take care of yourself so they don't have to worry about you. And then you can start helping them out too. So that's that. I'm not trying to be preachy. Like I said, I just practiced it. I'm practicing it. That's why I have to say it. I vocalize it, and then I embody it, and I do it. And then it becomes a part of my behavior as well as my attitude. So become a strong, responsible individual. That being said, of course, that means, what's it mean for you? It means for me, what it means for me is that I don't compromise what I do here on stream. First of all, everything I do here, I do for myself because it's good for me. I will continue to do it. I don't care if there are no views, no audience, no followers, because this is a self-therapeutic project. It's good for me to actually clear all this junk from my life. And I'm going to continue doing that. I hope that you share this understanding of placing yourself first. I hope that you do what's best for you, what's important to you, whether that's pursuing a career in civil engineering or becoming the next pediatrician. Maybe you have something special for your spouse, for your wife and kids, and for your husband. Whatever it is, just go do what's important to you, to your relationships. If you have health problems, take care of them or find ways to manage, all that kind of stuff. And again, what's best for you is best for me. I'm happy when you're happy, and I'm happy doing what I do here on stream, and that's all that really matters. Or it's not all that matters, but it's the most important thing. So the last final thing, of course, if you're going to spend all that time, attention, energy, and resources, which I want you to do, to focus on these goals that you've set for yourself, it means, and ambitions, it means that, of course, I want you to only basically, I would recommend, even though I stream 7 days a week, about like 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning, my recommendation is that you drop only once or twice per week to my streams. And I know that's a big, me just shooting, that's an arrow in my knee. I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but I don't give a damn. Listen, the point is, if you have the time, when one day you make it, like you actually make it, then you'll have more time to tune in. But if you're still on the grind, you're still on the grind, and I've been in a dark place. If you go to my streams about a year and a half ago, you'll find that I was in a really fucked up place, and I was kind of a complete mess. But yeah, so if you have stuff to take care of that stuff first. So that means, only on the weekends when you have some time, drop into my streams. You can watch it on replay. That's my recommendation. And that's only if you find value. If you think my streams actually are, I don't know, relatable to you, or they inspire something about you just to watch someone solve their own personal problems on camera, then you're always welcome to my streams. If not, then just spend your time elsewhere. You don't have to come by if you don't feel it's useful to you, or if it's not entertaining or relatable or whatever. So with that being said, it's the Ahn Rho Project. Thank you for tuning in, my hypothetical imaginary viewers. I always say that because my presumption is that there's nobody. So I'm just speaking to myself here. I hope to see a better version of all of you tomorrow morning, as well as a better version of myself tomorrow morning. And when we cover more of this bag, that's what we have next there tomorrow morning. Probably some food as well. Who knows? This is Ahn Rho signing out from all 4 platforms. Take care and ciao.